Good afternoon, Flosstube. How's everybody doing? I know I've been gone a while, but I'll get into that. Today is August 15th, 2018. I've got some things to show you, but not a whole bunch. I've been getting to some other adventures, and so I've still been cross-stitching, but some other things have been taking a little bit of my time. So, first thing I want to talk about is I've been gone for a while, because when it got the day that I normally tape, I saw something on my YouTube account and I didn't like it, so I had to find out how to take care of that situation. So I did a little research to see what I could do. Now it seems like it has corrected itself and I don't have to worry about this issue or this problem. So anyway, I didn't want to, when I saw that pop up, I was like, that's not a good combination. I got to figure this out. So I put it off a little bit, recording a little bit until I can get that figured out. It's good, so I'll figure it out. And then I just got busy with other things. The other thing is, when we had a storm the other day, I live in Central Texas, and so when that storm hit the other day, and it wasn't that severe of a storm, we had a tree come down on top of our house. Just actually where I'm sitting was the main bushes of it. Not the heaviest part, but the heaviest part fell more where I stitch, and my daughter was worried about me sitting over there, but it was all good. So anyway, that came down that night. And we called the insurance company the next morning, and they were like, yeah, you get someone out there to clear it up, and we will reimburse you after your deductible and all that. Well, it come to find out that we were going to have to do $3,000 out of pocket to get the tree down. But we got it figured out. The tree has been cut down, has been totally removed. Money's been paid to them. Now we have to turn it into the insurance, and then we'll get reimbursed minus the deductible, of course. But at least it did not really do any big harm to the roof. There are issues, and we've already had the insurance company come out and look at it. But now that the tree's gone, and when the tree people were up there, they were like, yeah, you got this and you got this up here. So I'm sure that they'll relook at that when it's all said and done. So we're not quite finished with it yet, but at least the stressful part of it is done. The keto diet is going, keto lifestyle is going really good. I did hit the 20 plus, I bet it's like 20 point something, and it's stalled again, but I'm trying not to worry so much about the weight on the scale as to how I'm fitting into pants and my clothing and things like that. Excuse me. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted a picture recently of a stack of clothes, of pants, and they were like, it was like 5 or 6 pairs of pants that were size 16s, and that was the only thing left that I have to get into. When I first started keto, I posted a picture of all of the progress that I wanted to make when I was in like 20s, 22s, and then I had some 18s and things like that, and I just wanted to kind of go down and get back into the 16s, and now all I've got to do is get into the 16s. Everything else is I've accomplished. So the keto lifestyle is working well for me and Robert and Sarah, and it's not hard to stick with, and I don't feel like I'm missing anything. We had a hamburger the other day, and I ate the bun. Of course, it took me 3 days to get the hamburger ate because it was a big hamburger. So we don't not allow ourselves something. If we want it, then we get it. But we don't really have a lot of cravings. Eating the way we're eating, the cravings and the amount is a lot less. So it's all doing good. Now I'm going to keep looking underneath here because, stop, right now. Underneath the table is the American Bulldog and the pet puppy, the pet bull puppy. And he and her, she's being quiet. She's just sitting there. But he now is looking straight up at me, and he's so darn cute. So he's going to be distracting me throughout the video. So when I do that, that's what's happening. And there's not an alien or a ghost or anything like that. It's just a puppy. So anyway, with the keto diet, one of the things that I told you in a previous video was my drinks. When I first started this, I was like, if I can't have my drinks, then I can't, this is going to be too stressful, because I always have 3 drinks. I have water. Before keto, I had water, I had my mochas, regular sugar, and my sodas. And I had to give all that up, and I was drinking nothing but water. And the first couple of days after I got over my headache, I was like, this is not going to work. But I was able to find my water enhancer, which I always have my water enhancer in here. And then I have my mochas in here, and I have my big thing of water. And so all three sit beside me all the time, and I'm constantly drinking. I drink a lot. But what makes this so wonderful is I drink my coffee, and I drink a flavored coffee. And I usually do like hazelnut and chocolate, or mocha and French vanilla. I do a mix. Heavy cream, and then I always have a sugar-free sweetener in it. And I love it. I loved Starbucks and those kind of coffees, and now this is I'm so used to this. To drink something from Starbucks is different. It's weird to me now, the taste. But this is all good. But this is the brand I like, and you can get them sugar-free hazelnut, sugar-free caramel, sugar-free French vanilla, sugar-free chocolate. And so that's what's saving my butt on being able to keep to it, because if I slip in and drink sodas, then I'm going to want to go back to what I did before, and I don't want to do that because it's working so well for us. So you see I got my bangs cut, and I had it up in a pigtail and everything's falling down, but I don't care. I thought it's more important to get a video out here. Can't keep the fans waiting long, you know, gotta get it out there. So anyway, with that being said, I have a pile of stuff over here, and it's really in no order. I have a list of things, and that's what I go to, and I'm very organized. Today I'm like, I just got to get it done. I can't put it off anymore. So we're going to go right into it. Like I said earlier, I've been doing some things other than cross stitching, trying to teach myself something new. So to get into that, I want to show you something that my mother-in-law, Jean, made. She's a quilter, and she made a quilt for every spouse, and grandchild. And last summer she came down and she gave them to everybody. The only one that wasn't there to get them was my middle son, who was in the Marines, and he happens to be stationed in Arizona, and they live in Arizona, so he actually picked his up earlier than anybody else's. But this is the one my husband picked. Mine's on the bed, because one of her things was, these are utility, you use these, you don't put these up in the closet, and you know, and all that. But I wish I could unwrap it for you and show you just how beautiful it is. It's gorgeous. So that was last July 2017, that she brought all those down. And I got there and said, man, I wish I could quilt, because it's beautiful. That was just a fleeting thing. I'm not going to get into quilting necessarily, because I've got a lot of irons in the fire and things that I want to do. But with that being said, I did go by Hobby Lobby, and I saw one of those panels that they hang up, you know, and then they make little blankets or quilts out of. So if you follow me on Instagram, which is Stitching with a Dachshund, just like this channel, please subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I post, sometimes it goes streaks where I post every night, sometimes I post every other night. But I'm usually posting something, and sometimes it's puppies, but most of the time it's dedicated to my crafting side. So you're not going to see a lot of weird things or anything like that, but follow me on Instagram. So I went and I got this panel. I'm going to hold it up there. Isn't it beautiful? I saw it done up, and I was like, I want to do that so bad. But I don't quilt at all. Really don't have a clue which way to really do it. I made one for my niece once, but it was already put together. All I really did was put the binding on it. It's all I did, so it really wasn't anything really big adventure for me, and I had help doing that. So I saw that, and the back material is just as pretty and precious as the front material. Isn't that cute? I love it. So I had to figure this out. So I called my mother-in-law and said, give me some tips, give me something, give me this. And she talked about a walking foot and how to start quilting in the middle so that the puckers go this way. But I got more puckers and more uneven lines in this thing than you would ever believe. But I'm still loving it, and I actually, and you can see where I tried to quilt it. I did big blocks because I don't know. But it was fun doing it, and I'll probably get another panel and make another one. A friend of ours had a baby, and I didn't make him a gift yet. And I always like to make homemade gifts for babies. It's to me more personal, and everybody's like, well, someone one time said something about getting off cheap, and I'm like, have you seen the price of yarn? Have you seen the price of this stuff? I'm not getting off cheap. I look weird. My shoulders look weird. Anyway, so anyway, another thing that I've wanted to do for a while is I've wanted to crochet a pair of socks. I don't knit at all. And so I asked a friend of mine who does knit, and she does cross stitch too, Renee, if I can, I wanted to be a guest one day because she does beautiful crosswork and knitting. I said, can you crochet socks? And she goes, oh yeah. She said, I got the hiccups now. Great. She said, yeah, you can crochet socks. She said, I had a pair. She said, but I never wore them, so I gave them away. And she said, and then I had one of a pair and never finished the second one. She said, that's the biggest thing about socks. I'm like, okay. So I watched a video on how to crochet socks, and she told the material, the linen, yarn to get. So I was in Hobby Lobby today, and I found this thread, and I found 3 of them, because when I do my socks, I want to make them long, because I kind of want to wear them under my medieval garb. It's my goal. But the best thing is these were on clearance for $1.49. I'm sorry, this was Walmart. This wasn't Hobby Lobby. This was at Walmart for $1.49. So, and there, it's soft enough. It's not like the softest thing, but I think it'll be fine. It's the right gauge, or it's the right number that she had done, and I bought another needle. I have full sets of needles, but they're straight like a pin, you know, the cheap ones that everybody has. But I found out that my hands were hurting after I crocheted for a long period of time, so I bought a thicker one and loved it, and I was going to get another one of those for this size. I'm just going to pick one up at a time at Hobby Lobby, use my 40% off coupon. They didn't have that size, so I bought a different one with a wooden handle, and I'm going to give it a run for its money and see what if I like it or not. But I really like the way the other one fit my hand, so we'll see. We'll go back to that. So I am going to rewatch that video. I was planning on doing it a while ago, but to be honest, the puppy crawled up on my lap. I had the TV on, and I fell asleep. My son's in the front room right now. He fell asleep too. Could be that because we got it really early this morning because the dog bit into a lithium battery. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, while I was there, I went on and picked this up. It's the Scrubology, because I want to make my own kitchen scrubbers, and I have a pattern for it, and I just haven't done it. I also want to make some pot holders, different little things for the kitchen. I want to crochet them up, so I'm really excited about doing this, and it's going to be fun. So while I was at, let's think, okay, this is, yeah, that one. While I was at Walmart, I went by the fabric because I went to Harker Heights Walmart the other day. In Harker Heights, you lost out because I found this same fabric. I love it. I'm just like, it is precious. Male and female cardinals. It's gorgeous. Fell in love with it, and I was going to get some that night. We had someone call to come over. Nobody came, and no lie, we waited like for 15 minutes, and Sarah was not feeling well. She'd actually had a sore throat. It wasn't strep, but it was just a viral sore throat. Nothing she could really do about it, and she wasn't contagious. So she was like, I'm so tired. I'm like, well, just, I'm gonna leave it right here, let them know that somebody been waiting, you know. But I left. So I was in Colleen Walmart, and I said, I'm gonna check, and sure enough, they had the same fabric. So I was like, I'm gonna get that. It's meant to be. And so when I got that, I found this one too. Now, I know that there's people who really, they're like, put a bird on it and I'll do it. I think Julie from Golf Coast Stitcher is one, and there's another one that has loves birds. I'm not particularly that birdie. I'm a bee, put a bee on it and I'll do it. But I do love cardinals a lot. And I found this. Look at that. Can you believe this little thing down here? Another male and female. So I said, yep, that's going to happen. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make project bags out of these. I've made quite a few project bags and I have some to show for you in just a minute. So that's going to be 2 project bags that I want to make. We have a lot of project bags, but I don't care because I'm having fun making them. And then I saw this in the basket and I was like, I gotta have some spiders. So I picked up some spiders, and if anybody knows me, they know I absolutely hate spiders. I have been known to run out of a shower because a spider joined me. Don't like them. But I thought it's very Halloween-y, and a lot of people are, a lot of those dark stitchers and the Halloween stitchers are all excited that, you know, it's all the stuff's in the store. So it made me kind of want to do something Halloween-y, and it was there. But when I got over to Hobby Lobby, I found this in the remnants. Isn't that awesome? I love it. He's got the hat on. I thought it was just cute. So I'm like, I'll make that one. I was thinking about making some for some friends, you know, because it doesn't take much, and I'm getting actually kind of good at it. My straight lines is not so straight, but I'm okay. It's getting better. With each one, it gets so better. But what made me buy, because I wasn't going to buy any fabric at Hobby Lobby. I was just going to go in and get my crochet needle and get my scrubby yarn. But I saw this reduced. You're going to love it. See me smile? Isn't that cute? I love that. So it was reduced to $4 a yard. So I told her, well, I only need a half yard, but I said, you know, I'm just going to get yards. I said, give me a yard. And then when she opened it up, I said, how much is left on there? Because there wasn't very much, and I knew there wasn't very much. And she said, about another yard and a quarter or something like that. And she said, if you want, I'll just put 2 yards down. I was like, deal, put it down. It's mine. And so that's going to be a project bag, maybe more project bag. But I got to get some zippers. Excuse me a minute. Momo, stop that. James, will you get Momo off that chair?
Where's it at?
Dad's chair. I think he's doing something he shouldn't be doing.
Nope. Yeah.
So I heard something, and I think he's chewing on Dad's chair is what I think he's doing. So anyway, and I'm behind the table in the kitchen, and the front room's that away, so I didn't want to get up. And I didn't know how the pause thing would work. So, some of my pile's gone. Okay, so, oh, this is something I found at Hobby Lobby over there, reduced. So it's just got lots of little chippies out of it, but I don't care because I'm going to fix it. It's metal. So, I've got that whole box of things that I've finished stitching that I need to finish, and I thought this could be, this would probably fit one of them somehow. I don't know how, but I knew for $2.25 I couldn't pass that up. So I went on and picked that up. So, this is one of my project bags. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen these, and I don't know if I showed them before or not. Here we go. James, he's at it again.
Oh. Well, come on.
There's both of it. Isn't that pretty? I love it.
Oh, yeah. You got it good.
Zipper. Looks good. I like it. This is my cowboy boot one. I made a big one for my husband, and he actually uses it for his patterns and such. So that's the cowboy boot one, and it's got my Elizabeth Needleworks is in there. I've already did that B one, but it comes with a second chart, and I've got everything in there for the second chart. But I wanted to show you. Oop, I need to look at more. The inside fabric is what I want to show you because it's so pretty. There you go. Looks like wood. So I like that. So I was like, made him a big one, and so I make 2 sizes. I make a big one and I make a smaller one. These are my smaller ones. Bewitched Stitches is doing a stitch along starting September 1st, a Halloween stitch along. And I didn't bring what I'm doing over here, but this is the bag it's going to go in. And I think I might have showed this one on my channel before. Isn't it beautiful? Loved it. And I like the black here, and it kind of matches the black beside the white pumpkins. And who doesn't like white pumpkins? I love white pumpkins. So that's one. And then these are my bigger ones that I've got a pattern for. Actually, my husband cut out templates for me, so I just really have to sit it down and cut around it because numbers and me don't get along. So, isn't that beautiful? So, I've got a small one and a large one like this for my patriotic ones that I'm doing. Each bag's going to have something like my patriotic bag's going to have patriotic pieces. And then if I'm ever somewhere, so I can tell my husband, get me the patriotic bag. Or, you know, maybe he would be able to do it. Now this one I think I've shown because it's an old pillow sham. And to me it looks like crewel embroidery. So there's no fancy material inside. I just used regular material. And it holds my Bayou tapestry. Which it's staying here because I haven't even worked on it since the last time I showed you. Here is my large Christmas one. I know every time I pick one up I go, I love this one, I love this one, but look at that. I love it. It is the greatest. Love it. And then that's the inside of it, green with gold stars. And it holds my ornaments that I've been working on and my 12 Days of Christmas. That it's not going to come out either because I haven't really worked on them. So I got lots of whips that I've only been really working on 3 of them. So this is going pretty fast, so it's not going to be that long of a video, which I'm kind of happy about. This is something that I plan on doing. It's embroidery. It's an 11 by 14 sampler that says the Pledge of Allegiance. I got the threads in it because the amount that it calls for. It's just going to be DMC. So that's going to be an embroidery piece that I do. My stack is getting big. And then here are the whips that I'm actually currently working on. I'm trying to get done. This is my June Snowflower Diaries. I got behind on these because I didn't have the material to start June until almost July. And then at the retreat I started the bear. And then his eyes were off, so he looked all cross-eyed and cockeyed and stuff. So I ripped about that much of the bear out and started again. And when I started again, he turned out perfect. And I love it. It's beautiful. He's looking good. The honeycomb looks good. And I love the color and the flowers. So actively working on this right now. And right now I got 3 that I'm kind of just rotating through. It's not in like serious rotation. It's just... I think I'm going to work on this today. I think I'm going to work on that, and I'll work on this one for a couple days. But the one that I've been taking the most time with because I've wanted it since the first time I saw someone stitching it. I finally bought it, and I waited to get some ones that I've been working on before I even started stitching. I did go get the material and everything, but it's, of course, Coffee Quaker. And I've already told y'all that it's going to hang right there. And I'd like to get like a little baker's shelf or something, not tall, but I can put it up there and have a coffee bar underneath it. Is my goal. Stitching in Buttons messaged me the other day, and she said that someone had finished it and actually put a coffee stain on it. And I'm thinking that's really a cool idea. I don't think I could put a coffee stain on it. I don't think so. But I have been thinking about some. I want to frame it because it will be like in a kitchen area. And but I want to get a shelf, and I want to get one of those old-time coffee grinders, and a few other little things that I've seen around in antique stores, and maybe do a little display like that up there. So this is where I'm at with it. I'm loving it. I really am loving working on it. If anybody's ever worked on it, they know that there's initials in here and a date right here. I'm not sure if I'm going to put those initials throughout there. Beth BT for Beth Twist, she's put in there. I'm not sure if it's going to fit. However, down in here, in this flower, instead of putting the few little dots that's in there, I think I might put an R for my last name. I might do that part, don't know. But it's really looking great on this material. Trixie and Lois and Robert helped me pick out the material. And then I'm doing it on a DMC. It's not variegated. It's another one that they have. Because you know they got 3 different ones that are... Anyway, but it's 4,000. That's the number on it. It's 4,000. It's a brown and a blue, and a dark brown, light blue, dark brown, a light brown, and a blue. And if I put it close, maybe you can see that. I don't know. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it. And of course, it had to have its own bag because I'm nuts that way. But I found this material. Thank you. And it's got that for the inside one. And maybe this way. There we go. And I fell in love with it. And I'm like, I've got to have, it's got to have its own bag. And I saw that and I was like, yep, that's the bag it's going to have. So, put it back over there. The last whip that I've been working steadily on is a Mill Hill kit. National Park Santa. This is the Grand Canyon Santa. And I'm working on this one because a friend of mine told me about how she met her husband in the Grand Canyon. He was a cowboy in the Grand Canyon. And they met in the 60s. And so when she told me that story, April, I think she told me that story. And then I saw this. I was like, I've got to make this for her. I think she would appreciate it. This is as far as I am on it. I've got some beads on it. I got his pants. And I think I've completely finished up to the point where you start seeing stitches missing. And then I've got to do the shirt and the head. There's a lot of color changes on this one. So I got stuck on it for a little bit. I was like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's too many color changes. Because if you look, I mean, look at all those. Pinks, light pinks, dark pink, mauve, light mauve, dark mauve. I mean, it's just very close and only 2 or 3 stitches, and then you change it out to something else. I had originally thought my first Mill Hill kit would be something simple, like an ornament. Look, not a lot of color changes in that. At least not like that. But anyway, I thought this would be the first one, but I'm going to see her in October, so I really got to get that done and get it to her. So that's why I'm kind of rotating through those 3, because I really want to see Coffee Quaker done because I love it. June, I'm trying to get through it so I can move on to July, which I already have the material, and it's going to have flamingos. It's going to be cute. And then the National Park ones I got to get done for October. Speaking of October, where I'm going to see her at is going to be the Boot and Saddle Makers Convention in Wichita Falls, which Robert is going to be entering, hopefully, 2 pairs of boots. So I've got 1 pair of boot that he's finished, and these are for my daughter. And then he's working on another pair that's going to be in the artisan division. These are going to be in the top stitch division. So these are her boots. This is what she wanted. She wanted pink and black. And they designed the wolf for her. So the wolf is on the front and on the back. It's killing her that these are done and she can't wear them out to wild country and dance. And there's that. But these, like I said, are in the top stitch category is what he's going to enter them in. So they're going to look at his stitching, see if it's even, consistent, all of that. So I'm going to hold that up really close so you can see that, in my opinion, he did a really good job with the top stitch. And of course when her legs are in it, it's not going to be flat like that. But look at the top of that. In the ear. Yeah, that ear is real tight in there. Huh. And then of course the toe bugs here. Isn't that cute? And then he's got these little stars on the side. So, and there are 2 of them. There's the set. But of course he does an amazing job. You can see here the white stitches. He does a lot of it, this stuff on a machine, but this stuff like in here, he still hand stitches that because he doesn't have the equipment needed to do it. So the other ones, he's going to enter his artisan division. And hopefully he will win. It'd be really nice if he won both divisions. And but as soon as he gets those done, I'll be more than happy to show you that. He worked Friday when he got off work all day Sunday. He went to work on Monday, and he took off yesterday for the tree situation, and sitting here in the kitchen and worked on them all day long. So he's trotting along on them. He's going to get it done. They're looking wonderful. Like I said, I haven't worked on much, but I wanted to get a video out there. I'm right at 29 minutes, so we're going to end this with me saying, put some thread and a needle and get to stitching. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.